All right, so we have an interesting morning planned here today, morning and afternoon. We're going to take our show on the road, if you will, and we're going to do a podcast remotely. And it's an interesting one, to say the least. We're going to go to the Brothers That Just Do Gutters headquarters in Poughkeepsie, New York. The Parsons brothers I have been in communication with for years. They know who I am. We have been talking for many years. They are relatively local. I mean, they're an hour and 20 minutes as the crow flies today from us, but that means they're relatively close. I mean, I don't work in the Poughkeepsie area, Hudson Valley, New York, but they're close enough where they're sort of competitors. So we definitely have talked on the phone a number of times, and I really love the positivity and the energy that these guys put out. Interestingly, where we are now, the space we're in with the development of Gutter Installer Facebook group and my personal businesses, these guys have really shown themselves in the last even just 2 or 3 years where they have an upwards of 150 franchisees. Very, very impressive. They are obviously doing a number of things right. So we want to kind of unearth that and get to the bottom of what it is they're doing, how they're doing it. Give them a little kudos, but also what my objective here is to with an unopinionated point of view, unbiased. I'm not going to put any spin on it whatsoever. Take this rain gutter contractor opportunity and showcase it and show all 7,500 plus gutter installer Facebook group members what their options are here. I mean, this is working for a number of these franchisees, or many, many franchisees. The numbers are staggering in some cases around the country. So this is a very healthy opportunity. Some people start businesses from scratch. They build it themselves from the ether, and they either do it because they're passionate about it, or they do it because it's just the nature of the beast. They don't know any different. I mean, back in the day, that's all we had. But now, with this franchise model, you really could get your hands on a turnkey business. You can get all the SOPs, the standard operating procedures, manuals, courses, training. You could really shave a lot of time off of ramp up if you subscribe as a franchisee. So, we're going to take a little bit deeper dig into this. I'm very blown away with the way that they've pulled themselves together from a marketing perspective. So it'll be interesting to take a look at headquarters, their branding and imagery, and then of course to listen to Ryan Parsons, one of the brothers who will be present for us, and see what he has to say about the opportunity at hand. Some of you guys might be interested in this, and so that being said, it's something we want to bring to the table here at Gutter Installer.
But we've got this building, and then we've got a training center next door that I'll show you.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So
Can't wait to see.
Sweet. So this is part of the team. Hey guys, this is Frank.
Hi, Frank.
How are you?
Connecticut Gutter.
Make sure
all
you
sorts
guys,
of
we brought some
other
goodies,
stuff.
so make sure everybody gets a little touch.
Hi, I'm Karen.
Frank, nice to meet
Shannon.
you.
Very
Frank.
nice meeting you.
Cool.
Sorry to
Just gonna do a
interrupt you
tour.
guys.
All right. So office-y things up here, not that exciting. That's the main fishbowl. This is like where we do all of our
Powwows, yeah.
a lot of our meetings are in here.
It's a great space.
Whatnot. We've got our whole support department that supports our franchisees down there, from coaches to call center to onboarding new
Sure.
franchisees, all that kind of stuff. A bit of it. And this is the marketing team that's down here. I think we have 10 or 11 marketers.
Wonderful. You got to put a new website together.
Yep.
So they dive right
Unique
into
content, landing pages, all that fun stuff.
What's like turnaround for that for you guys?
Couple days.
That's it? Wow. All right. So it's basically template driven at this point.
Yeah, and then AI's made things a little bit better.
You want that consistency anyway, right?
You
It
do,
all
and
has to look the same.
It looks the same. It's all the same. It's all the same naming algorithms. Like, you don't want to have somebody, Brothers Gutters Virginia. It's like,
Right.
you're
Right.
Lynchburg, you're Roanoke.
Right. Yeah, you get your territory.
A lot of stuff like that.
Very cool.
It is good to have.
We
that.
can't get anywhere fast near us, and so even a shop, supply house that's 10 miles away. It's like a half a day adventure.
Yep.
So.
That's what's nice about lead time, because you can kind of order and have more bulk, but when you have a hole to fill and you're like laying a wicker job,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, that's the worst, right? I could do it tomorrow if I had the material.
yeah, for training before
Originally,
they launch.
right.
And bring a team. They have to have 2 installers, a salesperson, unless they're doing the sales. So they bring in like anywhere between 3 to 5 people typically for first time training.
Sure.
And then
Was that a week?
it's a full week, and it's literally all install
Yeah.
and sales.
Yeah.
So it's a full week of install.
Great.
Very
So they
repetitive.
leave very competent. They can do it all.
We call it basic training. You
Yeah.
can't
Boot camp.
You can't get the repetition, right? And it's until you start doing it on a house.
That's
you
right. It
cannot
takes
get the reps.
a good year.
But we're given, like, they basically leave confident,
Yeah.
and they're like, all right, I know that's an A elbow, that's a B elbow, I know how to do a downspout, I can hang a gutter on a flat fascia, slanted fascia roof strap.
Mm-hmm.
So we can teach them all that. And then there's videos that can, like, companion for everything. They
For
have
sure.
it right on their phone. They can go and watch
Awesome.
it all again. And then they're always allowed to send people back.
So 4 groups.
It's cool to meet people from all over the place, isn't it?
We love it.
It's wild.
Yeah.
You hear all kinds of stories.
All kinds of stories and all kinds of like different gutter stuff that
Yeah.
are like things that are regional and around
Totally.
the country. People
Like
do.
West Coast is a completely different
It is.
animal.
Different animal.
The
fascia gutters.
architectural design is completely different.
Yep. Yep.
So it's cool to get that input. And then, I mean, for you guys, if you guys are New Yorkers, I assume you are,
Yes.
it's like, how do we talk about fascia gutter or, train somebody on the West Coast? You kind of have to get your chops or figure it out somehow, study it. And that's the science behind what we do. I learned that years ago, and things you don't think about. Now we have this Facebook group with 8,000 plus members, and there's people asking for advice in every direction. So you kind of have to like broaden your horizons, travel a bit. We travel all the time, and it's fun. You're seeing different things, and you think you know everything here, right? And then your mind explodes when you step away from home for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
got the opportunity. I was down in Florida and I went out with an install crew and we were installing, and they had that super big fascia where they're like
The blocking.
They're sliding the gutter under and then putting the hangers on top of the
Yes. And there's a gap now
on top of the
underneath.
drip edge where I'm like, here I would never do that.
Oh, the big drip edge. Yeah, it's
That's
like
what I said
coping
fascia, but
essentially.
I meant big drip edge.
Heavy too, right?
So they,
Can't bend it.
So they slide the gutter underneath it, and they've got the hangers with no backs that they put through
Through it and
that's
screw
like,
through it.
Every house is like that, you know.
But that, like here in Connecticut, we're in Connecticut, building code violation.
Oh, yeah. Big
Right.
one.
Sending a
Exactly.
screw through the
Yep.
flashing.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
And that's what like
but still a good way to install a gutter,
Well, you get it up nice and tight and high. It's
completely.
yeah.
nice.
But if somebody gets cute and says, you just ruined my roof, or, I mean,
Yep.
they're not wrong really.
Right.
It's never happened to us.
Wait a minute. Turn the camera off. Everybody's got their angle.
But a lot of guys like to use the straps,
Yeah.
like pipe straps, and some of our distributors sell those, and it's just they use
See them everywhere around like you leave here, New England,
Yeah.
they use them
I
like
don't like them at all.
they look
but
terrible, I
At the
think.
end of the day, it's not what makes us the brothers. It's just
Right.
the gutters is the strap.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like.
But I didn't know if it was like a standardized, like has to be this way or this look.
There's a lot that's standardized as far as placement of screws and U-clips and the height of it.
Mm-hmm.
The elbow off the ground, like all that stuff.
Down to a system.
Sometimes even availability. I mean, we tried to like standardize 032.
Yeah.
You just
It's-
can't
no,
get
yeah,
anywhere.
that's it. It's unbelievable.
It's everything's a special.
That was one of my first eye openers. Like, what?
like-
All you do is 02. Never seen 032 in your life? No, I never used it.
I'm like, what? Yeah. So there was, you learn.
So do you get that material shipped around to make that happen? To me, that's like that's an easy way to win a client. Like, we only use superior metal.
It is, but when you're just starting and everything's a special order,
Yeah.
it ain't fun.
Yeah, I can only
You know,
imagine.
I'm not asking people to have $20,000 worth of inventory to start.
Yeah.
It just.
Oh, that's good. So you let them kind of ease into it. It doesn't have to be like take a container's worth of material right
We
now.
started that way where we're like, hey,
Most
there's all
do.
the common materials, and then we found
Sits
that, like,
and it
man,
burns up their
this guy's
capital.
selling- They have 5 shades of almond
Right.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Where we thought white would be super common.
It gets wild.
So it's all mini coils and spin down. So we, like you said,
Yeah.
you travel the country, you learn a lot about what's necessary, what's not.
Regionally, yeah. Cool, this looks great.
For the guys that are stuck,
Right.
that want to go further. Not the ones that are stuck because they think they know everything, but the ones that are like, look, I tried to go to a second crew and everything went to crap, and you know, I want to scale. I don't want to have to go out every day. I love to help those guys get to the other side where they've got 3, 4, 5 crews going out.
Right.
That is a passion.
So it's no different than what we're doing on our end, and it's interesting. One thing I keep saying again and again is that we're in this like rain gutter renaissance right now. I think it's really driven by technology and social media and the accessibility to knowledge, right? I mean, when I started in 2003, same thing. I had to self-teach. I had a partner. I came home with cuts all over my hands and geocell in my eyes and hanging from my eyebrow. Like, what the hell did I do? Clothes a mess. And then you learn, and we just didn't have nobody. There was no one there to mentor me. Nobody. Now you guys are certainly unique in the space. You're killing it. You're doing your thing. And then you see these groups, and everybody's like this quest for knowledge is incredible.
More organized.
Yeah.
And that's what was always weird about
It's the
gutter.
evolution of.
I remember all the gutter guys hate each other.
Yeah.
But the plumbers, they're all cool. All the electricians were cool with each other.
You're right.
Why do they have organizations and trade shows and all
We're
this
the redheaded stepchild.
And we're the ones that are just like,
to the roofing industry, basically.
It really was crazy, and to kind of see, and it's kind of a bummer. On one side, I want to be part of it, because I have such a heart for this industry.
Yeah.
But I also have to kind of be careful how much I share,
Yeah.
because we've had people buy into that proprietary knowledge and